My next guest, he's on the phone. He's a triathlete. It means he do stuff I can't do, but we're gonna talk about that. I hear what people. I want to bring people on the show, man. I just know they're in shape just by what they do, And I'm over here struggling in between eating donuts. My next guest is a retired NFL player. He played 6 seasons for the New England Patriots, the Cleveland Browns, and the Green Bay Packers. Well, two of the 3 teams are good. He founded Music at the Monument in 2015 to further the National Park Service's Healthy Parks, Healthy People initiative, which encourages underrepresented groups like veterans, which I think is amazing, youth, and minorities to use our national parks and monument grounds. Please welcome to Money Making Conversations, Darryl Haley.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Darryl, I got you laughing before you say anything. Man, you're supposed to maintain, man, you're supposed to stay laughing quietness, man. You over there just giggling in the background.
Man, if anybody knows you, they know that there's very few things that you cannot do. So for you to say that, it just tickled me a little bit.
Well, good. Let me ask you this, Darryl, from the start. Okay, let's talk about the triathlete, What exactly is that sport all about? Is it bicycle riding, swimming, and running, right?
Okay, yes, it's all 3, but they go in a certain order. First, you go swim. You have a 2-point. Yeah, check this out, right? You got a 2.4 open ocean water swim. So it's out in your backyard pool. It's an open ocean water swim. Then you come out of the water and you hop on your bike and you ride for 112.
Okay. Give me stop right there. You hop on the bike with a wet butt.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because
I'm gonna tell you something. Riding a bike with a dry butt is already hard. Now you gonna hop on a bicycle seat with a speedo on, just grinding for how many miles?
Bro, check this out. You gotta go for 112. You gotta go for 112 miles, man.
Come on, Darryl. Let's be truthful now. Because you gotta.
If you want full disclosure.
No. I don't want full disclosure. No.
You're swimming in salt water.
So you do 100 miles plus on the bike. And then you get off. And what happens after that?
And that's after you battle the headwind, heat, and humidity. Yes, sir. Then you get off your bike and you go for a nice 26.2-mile run, which is basically your standard marathon.
Okay. I'm going to tell you where you lost me. First of all, I can't swim. So already there, I can't even start the race now. Now I could probably put on one of them little life jackets. I'm with you. I'll probably catch you on that bike. But I'm telling you right now, when it come to running, they're gonna have to pedal me in one of them little rickshaws. Just a guy just running by me. I'm going, bye, Darryl. I'll see you at the finish line, brother. This is how we're gonna end it on this one. Because man, how many have you done? Darryl? How many?
I've done close to probably 30. And the cool part about it, I've done them all around the world, So I've done them in Germany. I've done them in Fredericia, Denmark. I've done them over in the Canary Islands. I've done them over in Germany. They take place all around the world, man, and it's absolutely fascinating. And actually, it's going to lead into a lot of things we're going to talk about today about making money, because there's a lot of money to be made.
There we go, Darryl. See, Darryl, I know how this conversation goes, man. Well, come on, let's go and talk about this money-making conversation, how money to be made. Because what I try to tell people, because especially people in the African-American community, we have such a limited scope on our value and how money is being made. And we get left out of the technology world. We get left out of the, automated cars, the drones out there, the tech world, the app world. And there are so many ways. We want to start a restaurant business. We want to start a car wash business. We want to start a barbecue service. We want to start a delivery service. A lot of stuff that really the world has gotten so big that the opportunities are even bigger for you to go there. And if you come there with a plan as a small business, SBA, they got something for you that'll help you win. And so with that being said, tell us about this transitional dollar that you're talking about.
Yeah, but I think first of all, people need to understand there's making money, to support your lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
And then there's making money to support, your lineage. And so when you begin to talk about the sport of triathlon, if you look at a bicycle, just take a bike, you got brakes, you got tires, you got rims, you got seats.
Yes, sir.
You have all these other components.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's not going to go to college. But here's the beauty of it. I've talked to people, and they say, well, hey, look, I'm not going to do this triathlon thing because, that's not what black people do. You're wrong. First of all, when I was doing triathlons, I was probably one of very few African Americans doing it. And then to be 6'6", 300 pounds from a former mainstream sport as football, you're definitely a unique piece doing it all by yourself.
On that bike, I'm telling you, on that little bit of bike seat, 300. Just imagine, you don't even see the bike seat no more.
Yeah, no, you don't.
I'm telling the truth, man. See, the thing about it, I watch triathletes. I watch. That's one of my favorite sports because you get out the water, all you see is a little number written on your leg and on your shoulder.
That's it.
That's how they identify you, and then you hop on that bike and you roll it. After that, they move the little goggles from your eye. Because you put them goggles so your eyes won't be red, you won't be messed up with that salt water. Drop them off, and then you walk. But see, the crazy part about it, people don't realize that salt water dries out, and that salt you really want to get dry. That salt water dries you out, so you have to deal with that adversity when you're pedaling that bike as well.
Yeah, man, and there's some things you can do to help that a little bit, but we'll talk about that offline.
Yeah. So let's continue here. The number of minorities participating as a triathlete in the triathlete events are very few, as we know.
Right. So already you have a marketing value already out the gate. So here's where it gets fun. Once you understand the sport, as you're racing, your left side is your most valuable side. So when I was racing, I didn't have to win to generate revenue because you are unique. So you got to figure out what your own dollar value is. But you have the left side of your biking shorts where you can put a sponsor. You have the left side of your bike, the left side of your body. As you do interviews, you got a quarter page, a half page, a full page. It's easier for a sponsor to pay you money than to go and try and take a full page ad out of Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated is going to cost them $100,000. But it may cost them $20,000. Do the math. It ain't complicated.
Right. And also the fact that it's more intimate, and also the fact that you are capturing the moment. You're captured in the moment or the action, and it's being applied that way. So are you still involved as a participant, or are you just what are you doing with that sport now, sir?
With the sport of triathlon, I'm still involved as a participant. I am spreading the word with it for more kids in youth, but not necessarily just as a sport, but also as a form of STEM, because it can lead into that whole particular area. Because of the technology involved in the sport, STEM is a very vital piece of it. So it's a great way to get kids interested in school and going to school, and then also helping kids find their own purpose in their own way. Well,
see, the reason I get a lot of former football players or current football players on this show because I want to always say there is intelligence underneath that helmet because it's such a physical sport that people think that they're just brutes. Football players are just brutes and they're just out there to collide and hurt each other. But also I wanted to bring up the Ironman triathlete part of you, but also you operate a bed and breakfast in Virginia outside of D.C. called the Darryl Haley Bed and Breakfast. Tell us about that, man. See, a lot of people don't know you got that going on too. Now you just a multitasker. We haven't even talked what you called about, but I want to get this other. I got 2 breaks with you, Darryl. I can do it. This is money making conversation. I got to talk about money before I start talking about chairs.
Yeah, well, the bed and breakfast it came up because one, I really do thoroughly enjoy people.
Yes, sir.
But you also got to figure out, living close to Washington D.C. as well as close to Baltimore, we got the Ravens and the Redskins. People like sports, and people like my bed and breakfast is out near the Shenandoah National Park. So therefore, people like hiking and whatnot. They like being outdoors. So my bed and breakfast is out in that area, which gives me a cross sectional of all people, all colors, all races, all religions. I think one thing we have to understand is that you cannot look at making money by dealing with one particular culture. Okay, so the bed and breakfast is a lot of fun, and the 3 things we do: fun, fitness, and romance. That's what we do. But here's where it gets fun. I also like to bake. I love baking.
Okay, you're in my area now. Okay, Darryl.
Yeah.
Come on now, Darryl. Don't have me come up to D.C. with a baked banana pudding on you. Okay, come on now. Come on, Darryl. Okay, my brother, he lives out in the D.C. area with 4 salons, hair beauty salon. So I'm about to come up there and visit you in a couple of weeks. Seriously, I'm gonna come and see you. Okay,
that would be beautiful. But here's why we bake. One, we do a lot of the baking for our customers who come in, but we bake cookies, cakes, pies. And
Right.
then we do a lot of things with mousse, and I like to do things with tempered chocolate. The proceeds from the baking help assist female veterans and wives of veterans
Wow.
for everyday life maintenance.
Okay.
And we're shipping cookies, and we also do custom candies and bun buns. So we ship those all around the country, and the furthest place we ship them to date is over to Singapore and Australia.
Wow.
But it's a great way to assist female veterans and wives of veterans with everyday life maintenance. But we do lots of baking. If you came up and did some baking together, man, that would just be absolutely awesome. By the way,
We're going to do that. Okay, we're going to go to break. We'll come back because I want to continue that conversation. And then we're going to get to the music on the monument. And
all right.
man, look, I hope you're enjoying it, man. I'm having a great time because I wanted everybody to see you're special because you can get so caught up into this talking about the cause, don't realize your personality can get lost in there. But we're going to be right back. We'll talk more about that bed and breakfast, talk about me bringing baked banana puddings up to D.C. We're going to be doing it all. Be right back with more Money Making Conversation with Darryl Haley. Hi, this is Rushion McDonald. You're listening to Money. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm just having a good time. Darryl's on the phone and talking about stuff I can't do, like be a triathlete. I can try to be a triathlete. I can eat now, but I can do a banana split. I can do a hamburger and some French fries. That's a triathlete. That's what I am, Darryl. Darryl Haley is my guest. He's a retired NFL player. He founded Music at the Monument in 2015, and the purpose of founding it was to further the National Park Service's Healthy Park, Healthy People initiative, which encourages underrepresented groups like veterans, youth, and minorities to use our national parks and monument grounds. Explain that. That sounds really deep. That sounds like something you're very passionate about, Darryl. Tell us the origin and then getting it to 2015 because it's a 501c, which means it accepts charitable donations as well, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Music at the Monument. I started it because what it is in its infancy is a music therapy program to assist veterans with PTSD. Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, PTSD does not stop with veterans. PTSD goes on into our kids who are from the inner city, where they see things on a daily basis, or live in a situation on a daily basis that they also are experiencing PTSD as they grow older. But I chose to use music as a form to be the medium, because when words fail, music speaks. So therefore, we're able to bring fabulous groups out, lots of assistants out, lots of programs out to help veterans, to help youth, while at the same time having an incredible concert on the National Mall. Now,
I was reading this article that was written on you by the Undefeated. That's ESPN. I be doing my work. It was written in May. I be doing my homework. I'll just let people just drop on my show. I be Google. Google's a powerful research tool. And then you talk about being an athlete really gives you the ability to bring attention to your cause. And I think that's important because of the fact that an athlete, you are a role model. You're out there doing some things that people envy, that people wish they can do, that you played in the NFL, the most popular TV medium in the world today, 6 years. Like I said, you played 2 out of 3 teams. You won with. You were winning with Cleveland. Cleveland. You was just getting a check over there, really. No, I'm just messing with you, Darryl. I'm just messing with you. Don't say nothing, man. Just let me crack the jokes, Darryl. Don't say nothing, bro. Don't mess up Don't let this fool mess up your relationships, okay? So tell me, is it a weekend event? When's the date? How can we involve as a participant, an attendee, or just get neighborhood communities involved and more veterans? I think that the key word for me is veterans as well.
It is. And the concert series, first of all, the concert series is held at the Lincoln Memorial, the historic steps of the Lincoln Memorial, and it goes from May through September. It's the first and third Friday of each month, okay? The first and third Friday of each month. You can go to musicatthemonument.org for all the dates and who's going to be performing. What I also try and do is let bands have exposure, local bands, bands who are not from the area. If you want to come out, and you really got to be able to perform, right? Because it's an open space, it's a huge stage, and you can come out. Do your thing, man. But it's all in the name and in the respect of those who have served our
So
country.
you're creating kind of like an entertainment firm. First of all, congratulations. Where you're at, we know that's not an easy task to accomplish. How did you pull that off? Okay, on the steps of the Lincoln monument. That's like other than that's where Dr. Martin Luther King delivered his speech, correct?
Yeah, that's what Dr. Martin Luther King, Marian Anderson gave her first song, her first concert. It's a lot of history right there. But the way we do it is that we are in partnership with the National Park Service.
Yes, sir.
Healthy Parks, Healthy People. The goal behind Healthy Parks, Healthy People is to get more people to go out into the parks to have prescriptions given to them by their doctors to help fight obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and depression or stress. There's a way to get out into your parks. If you move the body, the health benefits are just phenomenal versus just going to your doctor, getting a pill to try and put a Band-Aid over whatever it is. So we want to bring more people into the parks. These are your national parks. So get out and enjoy them. They are majestic jewels.
They are.
And they're fabulous.
Woo.
And there's a lot of wonderful things you can do in them. Just get out. First of all, get out of your comfort zone. And go to the national park. For some reason,
Darryl, this is your moment. Talk to us, man. I saw you stepped up on that pulpit. When you said get out of the comfort zone, I'm gonna sit back and listen to Darryl talk.
Okay, well, the thing is, get out of your comfort zone, and go to your national parks. And that being said, another thing that people have a tendency to want to accept and look for, and they're afraid of it, which I don't understand. No is the most accepting word that people that people try and avoid. For some reason, the word no should not make anybody nervous, or you should not fear it, because if I tell you no, the status quo doesn't change. Everything stays the same. If I go and try to put in a business plan, if I go and try to open up a business, if I go to the bank, if you're told no, nothing doesn't change. It's not until you get the word yes that it gets interesting.
That is true. How I'm gonna pay? I can't believe they. That yes is different, brother. Yes is different.
Don't be afraid of no. People are not going to try because they might tell me no. So what? Let them tell you no. It's not until you're told yes that it gets interesting. Now you got to go produce. Now you got to go deliver. But once they have told you yes, your best investment, and you've heard it over and over, is in yourself. You know what you can do. But now, go deliver. Go deliver that product. Go deliver that sale. Go deliver yourself. And if you're doing what you truly love, you're going to be successful because you're not doing it for the dollar. You're doing it for the passion. And the passion is what's going to drive the dollar.
Now, let's go back a little bit because I want to talk about the baking, because we kind of joked around.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get that back out because I really, if anything I can do, if we could do like a charity bake-off, or I bring some desserts and we get some more celebrities in the D.C. area, because the fact that you're doing things for veterans and the underserved, I think is amazing. So give us a little bit more detail, because you say you're shipping our product and the donations are being marched right back into your foundation. What are you doing local? Are you doing any local events, local baking sales? What are you doing locally as well?
Well, yeah, and what we can do, the same place where we do the concerts, which is on the National Mall.
Yes,
what would be a beautiful thing to me would be for some of the bakers in the local area, and I'm going to include you yourself.
Okay.
Let's bake some goods. Okay. Let's go to one of the concerts in the National Mall.
Okay.
There's 28.8 million people who will be visiting the Lincoln Memorial during 2010. And let's disseminate these baked goods. Let people know that, hey, he's baking, she's baking. Here's some good goods and here's some good causes. We can sell them, but you can do donations. But at the end of the day, everybody can show their skill set and show their baked goods. I just think that would be absolutely fabulous.
Okay, I'm in. Darryl, I'm in. Okay, so I'm going to get Samantha's going to reach out to you, and we're going to work this out, whether I bring some of my giant monkey bread muffins or my carrot cake muffins or some of my, because I know there's things have to be sellable, or anything you can slice, like my coconut cake, my pecan pie, my sweet potato pie. You see what I'm saying? I got the cheesecake, the apple caramel pecan cheesecake. So I'm going to get you hungry on the call here, because I'm not going down to the prove that I can bake. I can bake. I'm just going down to make money. I'm going down to make money for your foundation, sir, so we can change some lives. So I want you to get in touch with. She's going to get in touch with you so we can plan a date. Probably going to be like in that late August time frame. Looking at my schedule,
right.
And we lock it down. And if we get some more local bakers, I got some good friends down there, and let's turn this into an annual thing because it's for a good cause. And you started in 2015. Let's keep building and making this a bigger part of the momentum of changing people's lives. That's your mantra. That's your mission, Darryl. I want to help you keep building it.
Well, I tell you one of the fun things that you can also do, if you can pull this off, we also are allowed to, within our permit, you can actually broadcast your show from down there on the Lincoln Memorial.
Okay, now he getting real special now. Woo-wee!
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna do something, Darryl. Let me tell you, we're gonna have to talk off air a little bit because this is a lot. We talked about you on that bike, that 300 pounds on that bike. You gotta tell me about that story. Now you gotta tell me I'm gonna be broadcasting live. All I know is this: I'm gonna sleep at your bed and breakfast with the fun, romance, and what was the other fun, romance and.
Fun, fitness, and romance.
There you go.
If you got a fishing pole, we can go bass fishing, man. If you got a fishing pole, we can make it happen.
I know, my man. So, Darryl, I want to thank you for calling the show. Know that I am committed to the baking. I'm committed to staying at your bed and breakfast. We're going to come down in August, and we're going to do a bake sale, get some publicity down there so people can come down there and make some donations. My man, keep being you, okay?
All right, thank you very much. Allow me to come on to your show.
Awesome, my